Good evening. Police in London are searching an area of the River Thames for the man suspected of attacking a woman and two young girls with a corrosive substance 10 days ago. Scotland Yard believes Abdul Shakur Azedi went into the water on the night of the attack. CCTV footage shows him leaning over the railings of Chelsea Bridge.
Confirmed their latest theory that Abdul Shakur Azedi is somewhere in this river. Charlie Rose, BBC News.
A 6-year-old girl who went missing in Gaza City last month has been found dead, along with several of her relatives and 2 paramedics who tried to save her. Hent Rajab had been travelling in a car with her uncle, aunt and 3 cousins when they came under fire, according to the Palestine Red Crescent Society. Our Middle East correspondent Lucy Williamson sent this report, and you may find some of the images distressing.
In the southern border town of Rafah, 3 officers from the Hamas-run police force were killed in a strike on their car. And funerals were held for 7 adults and 5 children, killed in overnight airstrikes on their homes. This town, the final refuge for Gaza's civilians, the final target in Israel's ground war. Lucy Williamson, BBC News, Jerusalem.
A former boss of Fujitsu UK, which designed the software involved in the post office scandal, has told the BBC the prosecution of sub-postmasters was raised with him only once while he was in charge. Roger Gilbert said he was assured the post office was acting honestly and that he was shocked to learn of the way sub-postmasters were treated. Well, our business reporter Ben King is here. So, Ben, what has Mr Gilbert told you?
So Roger Gilbert was the UK chief executive of Fujitsu from 2009 until 2011, then chairman for a year before he retired. And during that time, the post office was securing the convictions of around 50 sub-postmasters a year using evidence from the Horizon computer system that we now know to be flawed. Now, Mr Gilbert only wanted to talk to the BBC by email because he said that that allowed for more considered answers. And he told us that the issue was only raised with him once in 2010 after a magazine article was published. He addressed it with the team that runs Horizon, who told him that, who left him with the belief, in his words, that the post office was managing the prosecutions competently and honestly. And he said the issue was never raised with him again. He said that he's been shocked to subsequently learn how the post office handled the convictions. He's expressed sympathy with the victims and their families. And other former Fujitsu UK chief executives will be appearing in front of the Horizon inquiry later this year. And then we will learn a lot more about exactly who knew what and when.
Ben, thank you. Now for a look at some other stories making the news today. A woman has been charged with attempting. The government says it's looking at ways to improve supply chain fairness and to support British farmers. Rugby now, and in the Six Nations Championship,
an unpopular decision that broke Scottish hearts and sealed their defeat. Jo Curry, BBC News.
Celebrations are taking place around the world to mark the start of the Lunar New Year. It's one of the biggest events for many South and East Asian communities, with the celebrations marking the change from the Year of the Rabbit to the Year of the Dragon. The festivities will continue for 2 weeks. That's it for now. I'll be back with the late news here on BBC One at 10:10. But now it's time to join our colleagues across the nations and regions for the news where you are.